Hey there, friends. I hope that you are having a lovely Sunday. I took a very quick trip to North Carolina to see my mama for her 80th birthday, which was June the 21st. And I have like a little mini haul from my trip, and I thought that it would just be fun to kind of look at it. It is a very mini thrift store haul, but I thought I'd take you through each day and just it's only a couple days that I was gone, but it was fun. I drove down on Wednesday and met my sister there. My sister's a real estate agent, so she needed to, my mom and dad don't have internet or cable or anything like that. So my sister went to the local Chick-fil-A to do some work, and Mom and I took a trip to Rose's. I do not know how old this Rose's store is, you guys. If you're from a small town, you're probably kind of familiar with Rose's Express, Maxway, and Super 10. I had not been in that store in probably 25 years, and it was still exactly the same. It's one of my mom's favorite little places to shop, and we did find all kinds of things that you just can't find in stores anymore. I have been looking for vacuum cleaner bags, and because most vacuums are the canister type, I couldn't find vacuum cleaner bags. I finally did order some, found some online that fit my handy dandy big old-fashioned vacuum cleaner that works so great. Again, that was a thrifted item that Mom picked up at a thrift store, and what she does is she'll pick up things like that and clean them up, and then she'll give them to me and my sister. So Mom and I, while Keely was at Chick-fil-A, we perused through Rose's and picked up this and that, and so I picked up this little flyer that they had at the front of the store so I can kind of, turn it into a little journaling piece about our little shopping trip, because we really did have a lot of fun, me and my mom. So that's what I'm going to do with this little piece of ephemera. I think it's kind of fun to pick up brochures from where you've been to. It kind of jogs your memory about the experience, of course. Let's see, that was Wednesday, and Wednesday night we went to Nellie's in Belmont. I wish I would have picked up a menu, but I totally forgot to. Nellie's is owned by the Jonas brothers, and the Jonases are, we're all from a small town, y'all, and we've known the family for a very, very long time. So it's a lot of fun to go down there. One of our friends, Butch, plays piano and sings there, and it's great. They dedicated a couple tunes to Mama, and then they played Will the Circle Be Unbroken. It's like a melody that the band plays, and it's just beautiful. It's very spiritual, and they played that for our whole family, so it was a lot of fun. Thursday morning we got up and we headed to the Billy Graham Library. Now, the Billy Graham Library is a whole lot more than a library. There's a tour of the Graham family home place. Being from Charlotte, North Carolina, I am, very intimately connected, with the whole Billy Graham ministry and that sort of thing. Also, growing up in the 50s and 60s, I remember Billy Graham being on TV, and I remember us all sitting around the old-fashioned television and watching Billy Graham crusades. But it was a wonderful trip. Mom really enjoyed it. We got to see this Graham family home place that I think was built in 1931. It cost $9,000 to build. But it had been reconstructed on the site of the Billy Graham Library. It was just a very fun trip. It was a great day. Mom really did enjoy it. It was, except for the burial site of Ruth and Billy Graham, it was all indoors, of course, and it was boiling hot. I was very happy to be able to take Mama to do something that she very much enjoyed. If you ever get the chance to go there, it is a trip trip through history. They call it the Journey of Faith, and it was a lot of fun. It was super educational, just really very, very neat. So you can see all the pictures that I picked up, all the nice ephemera. So of course I picked up a couple of these, and I'll be using them to maybe make a little collage, kind of a memory collage for Mama. Thursday night, we went to one of our very favorite places to eat, which is Jackson's Cafeteria in Gastonia. And I did pick up a menu there so you guys can kind of peruse our southern style of eating. We went on a Thursday night: roast beef, spaghetti, turkey and dressing, baked fish, meatloaf, baked chicken, chicken fried steak, chicken and dumplings with beef stew. Mom got the beef stew. My nephew got chicken fried chicken. I don't see that on there, but he got chicken fried chicken. Now, here's what's really fascinating. One woman makes all of these desserts. Now, let me read the desserts to you. We got chocolate pie, hot fudge cake, egg custard pie, strawberry shortcake, cheesecake, German chocolate pie, pecan pie, which was fabulous, and the chocolate pie was really good, Japanese fruit pie, lemon icebox pie, assorted cakes, banana pudding, assorted cobblers. We got the strawberry, it was excellent, assorted sugar-free desserts. Jackson's has been around. I remember going there when I worked at the Gastonia Gazette, which was a newspaper, when I was just out of high school. So it's been around more than 40 years, y'all. It's we just had a great night eating, and it was very it was Mama's birthday, so she did not want us to sing happy birthday to her, but we packaged up our leftovers, and she insisted on giving a homeless guy the rest of the beef stew and potatoes and okra that we had left in one of our to-go boxes. It's very much like my mom. And when we handed the gentleman his food, he said, "Thank you so much. I was so hungry." And we had just had a terrible rainstorm there, and he was so grateful for some warm food. And when we drove off, my mama said, "Well, that made me have a happy birthday." Then Friday, I drove to see Christopher and Shannon. Christopher's my son, who has had bilateral hip replacement surgery, and then had to have a revision in March, so he's had 2 surgeries in less than 9 months, and still is having issues, but we're so grateful that he's walking, and he does walk with a limp right now. Hopefully he'll see a surgeon next week and maybe figure out some, what's going on there. But it's not lost on me that this whole creating flow journal things was based on helping Christopher and Shannon when they were both unemployed and homeless, and just in a terrible state last year. Not a terrible state, because everything happens for a reason. We just have to always remember that. Anyway, I drove to see them in South Carolina, and we went to the coolest thrift store. They just got a cat, and his name is Neil. And I said, "Where did you get your kitty cat from?" And Christopher said, "We got him at a thrift store." And I was like, "What?" But the ASPCA has a thrift store, and it's called Possibilities Thrift Shop. It's in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And they're a thrift store that gives all their proceeds to the Humane Society of York County, which is a no-kill rescue. It was just a lot of fun to go there, and I want to show you what I picked up. We also went by a local store and picked up food for Neil, and I thought that was a super sweet graphic right there, so I will use that on some art later on, as I will this. I'll journal about it on this card somewhere, about going and meeting Neil, who is just fabulous. You know how usually when you go and see a kitty cat you've never seen before, how they'll run from you? Neil does not do that. He loves everybody. and he's just the sweetest cat. He weighs like 11 pounds though, because he's a big cat. My dad also gave me these awesome postcards from Holland that he picked up somewhere, and I thought they're so great. I am really going to look forward to passing these along to you guys in some flow journals. And a few of you guys have asked about flow journals. Yes, I am. I've got 4 on my desk right now that I am working on, and I'll also be working on some traveler's notebook journals as well. It's Sunday. I should have those in the shop. Hopefully, maybe Tuesday. Maybe I'll have a couple in the shop tomorrow. These are the things that I picked up at the Possibilities thrift store. I love these address books. Now, hang on just a second, and I'll show you what I did to one that I have had for years. And I wanted to, I am a physical address kind of person. Sorry about the bumping. I'm a physical address kind of person. So I made myself a little, it's just where I keep lists of stuff. It's my address book as well as some other things that are in here. This was an old address book, and I call her my Frankenstein book because she is just kind of cobbled together from a little bit of everything. But that's what I kind of plan to do with this one as well. It's another one of those cool Hallmark address books. This one starts in 1988, so I imagine this is, because it's including 1988, maybe it is 1988 or maybe it is 1987. I want to keep everything intact in this book, but I will alter the cover of it. I think you can still purchase these, or thrift these 6-hole inserts that go in here. So that's going to be a sweet little project. I also found these awesome cards. They are playing cards, but they've all got mushrooms on them. And I thought it was so, to me that just looks 60s-ish, maybe 70s-ish. I thought they were so awesome. 50 cents, and the original box is still intact, so I had a lot of fun with that. This is, I couldn't pass this up. I don't want to sound weird, but I don't like to go to funerals, but I like to read the bulletins from funerals and things like that. Again, not to sound weird, I think it just shows a progression of life, and you guys know how interested I am in timelines, and to me, just something like this just shows another timeline. This is a funeral book, and from the Art Deco-ish graphics, I'm going to pin it at about 1930, maybe during the latter 1920s. The book is awesome. It's beautifully written. It's blank. There's nothing here. But it talks about the funeral service, the music, the pallbearers, the honorary bearers, the friends who called, several pages of friends who called, biographical notes, sermon notes, and it is interspersed with a few poems here. And then when I got it home, I found this super cool envelope that's stuck in the back. Now, there's nothing in here, but oh my gosh. I didn't think there was anything in here, you guys. It's the Perry funeral. Oh my goodness. Well, that's incredible. I did not know that that was in there. Wow. 1948 is the date right here. 11/9/1948. It's a funeral service for Charles Perry. So there we go. Wow. I'm really glad I picked this up. I was like, oh, people are going to think I'm so weird. The book itself is beautiful, you guys. It is like some tooled, I know this is not leather, but it's tooled something or another. My phone's going off, sorry. But I thought that I would put some vintage get well cards and vintage sympathy cards in here and kind of make it, because it does have Can you see that? I know it's a little bit hard to see, but it's bound like a, you know, got a string binding in it, like a traveler's notebook or a, you know, like a flow journal, you guys. I love it. I just thought it was really super cool. And then, last but not least, I picked up a Victorian Book of Days by Avon. This has remarkable images in it. The whole month of January has been taken out of the book. It's beautiful, and it has these stories about a weekend in the country. Charles Frederick Worth ruled the world of fashion. The season, which started, you know, the London season etiquette. And then there's something about coming out, a wardrobe. It's great. Presentation at the palace, and there's the imagery that goes along with that. I do not want to cut this book up, so what I'm probably going to do is offer it in my shop. So just kind of be looking out for that one. Just be sure, and I'll remind you guys that Time for Tea. It's so pretty. A formal dinner party, preparing for the ball. The imagery is just beautiful, beautiful. Just remember that the whole month of January is gone. Like somebody just did January and that was it. But anyway, I wanted to say hello, and I missed you guys while I was gone. And thank you. Several of you have asked about the flow journals, and yes, I am back to making flow journals, and should have them in the shop early next week. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Etsy shop. I appreciate you guys so much, and I look forward to sharing some more journals with you. Thanks so much, y'all. See you soon. Bye.